Hello you guys, Alexa B Alchemy here to do your weekly card pull. This reading is designed for the week of January 23rd, 2023. For anyone who has predominant Libra placements in their chart, whether that is your sun, moon, rising, or north node. Now for today's card reading, I used the Sacred Creators Oracle deck, and the card I pulled for you was in reverse. Anytime a card is pulled in reverse, it can imply a level of shadow or something that you may have a little bit of resistance to, maybe something that needs a little bit more tender loving care in your life. And it can also encourage you to look within instead of projecting out onto the world around you. So the card I pulled for you in reverse says, what is your honest truth? Anytime that this card is pulled in the reverse, it's encouraging you to peel back the layers of your truth, the many layers of your truth. And a really important message that comes to this card is that over the course of our lives, God, I just turned super pink. We adopt a variety of truths. These truths can be passed down to us from our culture, our families, our parents, our friends. These can be beliefs that we have developed as a result of our experiences, stories, and narratives that are told to us by our egos. Really, any narrative that exists within your mind is something that is being called to come up to the forefront. And in the reverse, this is acknowledging that there might be one layer there that you are ready to shed. You are ready to get rid of something. This layer could come in the form of a belief system, this layer could come in the form of habits, but ultimately, whatever this layer is, it's likely showing up in your life in the way of maybe a blockage. I feel like for some of you, there may be arenas in your life where you are denying your truest and your deepest desires. There is a truth that you are carrying deep within your heart, deep within your soul, whatever word you want to use for it. There's something, I feel like some kind of yearning that you have, and it's not a superficial thing and it's not an ego-driven thing. It is a, this is right for my soul path kind of a thing. And that honest truth that you have, that you carry, you need to connect with that this week, my dear Libras, you really do. And in connecting with that, it's likely that this process is going to encourage you to look at all the beliefs that you hold, all the beliefs that you carry, the beliefs and the narratives that you act out of or act as a result of, and to really inquire whether or not those beliefs, patterns, habits, etc. serve you in this chapter now. There is a piece of your life, an old piece of your life that is becoming way too small for your expanding experience right now. Maybe something that you called into your presence, maybe something that you tried to manifest previously that really served you then, that you have now outgrown, or that now no longer serves you or has served its purpose and is ready for you to release it. And this week you are being challenged to allow yourself to release it. This process could be painful, but it could also be incredibly liberating, and it may feel like the sense of relief that you have been looking for. I feel like some of you can connect with this feeling that you want, this like this exhale, this release, this relief, again is the word coming through, that you are ready to receive, you're ready to experience. And I feel like there's something that you need to let go of to allow that to happen. Now, again, being pulled in reverse, I don't necessarily think that this has to be something external from you. I think this is gonna be very much an internal process. Like for some of you, I feel like maybe you're like, oh, well, maybe I should exit the relationship or release my job or whatever. And that may be the right answer for you. But I think really what you're being asked to do is look at the pieces of yourself that are maybe attached to those things in healthy versus unhealthy ways, and why you feel that way, and acknowledge that all relationships, whether it's a relationship to another person, to a place, to a thing, to a job, to a project, all relationships have ebbs and flows, they have cycles, they will shift, they will grow. So I feel like there is something in your life where the relationship you have to it is shifting. And again, this doesn't necessarily have to mean you completely change or demolish your external relationship to it. I think it means that you need to get clear about where you stand with things now. Perhaps there's a relationship, a friendship, something that, you know, originally was created out of like a trauma bond, or something that, you know, it served a purpose, but now you have chosen to release the trauma that you carry as a result of said experience, for example. and the relationships that you have to people that may be involved or people that you have connected with. Maybe it's time for you to release that attachment from the perspective that it was originally created. Again, that doesn't mean you have to kick them out of your life. It just means that the way that that relationship is going to manifest might look very different to you right now. And maybe you're on a different place spiritually, emotionally, whatever, than the other parties are. And if that's the case, it's time for you to acknowledge what is true for you. If your truth doesn't resonate with them, maybe they have a different narrative, or you've chosen to step out of a victim mentality and they've chosen to stay in it. Knowing where your truth is your truth at this time, and where maybe that will conflict with other people or shift the dynamics of the relationship, doesn't have to be a bad thing, doesn't have to be a loss. It's just simply a matter of you shedding pieces of yourself and understanding what attachments you have to release or what things you have to shift in order for that to fully take place. For the year of 2023, I did do a reading for all of the zodiac signs for the entirety of the 2023 calendar year, and the encouragement for you, my Libras, for 2023 was to get more comfortable with polarizing. Sometimes that will result in making people feel uncomfortable, but ultimately their reaction to you is not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of them. I know this may be a challenge, but you are being called to step into a level of willingness to be honest with yourself, honest with your own truth, and to be willing to share it. There's also an encouragement for you, my dear Libras, to step into a level of play. So if this feels super heavy, or if this feels like it's kind of overwhelming for you, I think it may benefit you this upcoming week to allow this to be a playful process. Again, this doesn't have to be like a severing relationships and cutting people off and moving away from this and blah, blah, blah. Like, it can be, if that's what feels good to you. But it could also be a process where, you know, maybe you just experiment with like, okay, what does it look like if I show up differently? And allow yourself to be playful. And that in and of itself, like you allowing yourself to be playful with this process, that might polarize some people, especially people who want to take the process of everything very seriously. And if that is the case, my dear, you are being true to yourself, and that is what you are here to do. You are not here to people please everyone all the time. You are not here to be a super rule following cookie cutter all the time, make everyone happy, people pleaser. It's just not what you are here for. Maybe you have been in the past, maybe that's the part of yourself that you'd like to release, or a layer that you would like to shed, I don't know. Only you know what speaks to you in your authentic truth, but for this upcoming week, I would encourage you to look very closely at what that might be. So my dear Libras, thank you so much for tuning in. I do hope that this was helpful. If you would like a little bit more guidance on this topic or in general, I would also encourage you to check out the other videos for the other signs, especially signs that are in your big three, your sun, moon, rising, and your north node. If you do not know where to find that information, go ahead and scroll down below, and there is a link listed in the description that will help you to figure all of that out. Also, if you would like for me to do an additional or supplementary poll specifically for you, please feel free to reach out. You can find me here on YouTube as well as Instagram and TikTok at alexab.alchemy. And again, I do these readings every single week, so if this is helpful or you would like the continued guidance, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell. Finally, last piece of information, I do work as a personal coach, and at the time of filming this video, I am still taking on new clients. So if you would like a little bit more support within the container of one-on-one coaching, please shoot me a message that says Alchemy Method, and I will send you some information on what that might look like. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope that this video was helpful. Please enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you on the next one. Cheers.